Hey guys, how's it going? MasterBucks here. Welcome to another episode of the Newcastle United career mode in FIFA 18. We are in 2020, January of course, the beginning of a brand new year, and it is the time for the January transfer window, and of course, our first pre-contract signing. Of course, toward the end of the last episode, I teased you guys by saying that I will be making my one and only pre-contract signing per season that I've limited myself to in this impossible career mode, and I have made my decision. I had a whole bunch of different strikers shortlisted, and there's a ton of them that I'm really interested in, but unfortunately, there's only two of them that I've actually got available to get on a pre-contract. One of them is Josef Martínez, who looks alright, 81 rated, 26 years of age, not bad for a player from the MLS. And then, of course, Timo Werner, 87 rated, much higher rated. He's got some pretty decent stats, as we know, only 23, so can probably get even higher than that. And he's clearly the guy that you would want in your team over Josef Martínez. So I honestly have decided there are other players I've got shortlisted that I could get in my pre-contract. I could get as a pre-contract signing, but honestly, I think I'm going to go with one of the positions that I really need a world-class player in the most. I mean, Oberlin is fine, but he is only 80 rated. My other go-to striker is Mitrovic, who, to be fair, I mean, I can score with him, but he's not really a player that's suited to my style. I think Timo Werner is the man, so we're going to do this. My pre-contract signing with my third season with Newcastle is going to be Timo Werner. I want to see if it's possible for me to just cut this down a little bit, because that is a massive goals bonus right there, I'm telling you. I mean, if he gets 25 goals for me, great, he's a brilliant signing, but that's still a shitload of money. I think that he is going to go for it, and I love it when they give me the answer of, it's not quite what we were hoping for, but we'll go for it. Means I've done a bang-up job, and we've got them basically for just about the bare minimum that they're willing to accept. So come on, we have brought him in. Timo Werner will be joining us at the end of the season, and I cannot wait to bring him in because he just adds another piece to our world-class, brilliant side. A great striker with a good amount of pace. Maybe a bit of a slightly higher rated, slightly more technical version of Dimitri Oberlin. Oberlin can go back to being a striker I bring off the bench. I'm more than happy with that, so I'm very happy with that signing. I might go for some other signings as well. I might try to honestly trade a few players that I've got in my starting 11 that I'm not really playing too much for other particular players that maybe it'd be slightly higher rated or have more potential or something. I don't know, but we'll take care of that after this game though, because we've got a big one. Spurs are just outside of the top four at the moment, but I'm sure they'll probably leapfrog a team like West Ham later in the season, so they'll be up there for sure. This man here is Davinson Sanchez, who'll be facing up against his old side as well. And we are going to be missing a pretty big name in Marcel Sabitzer. Obviously, he's accumulated too many cards and he won't be able to play this game, so I've got Perez in at centre attacking midfield. Last episode, we did pretty well against Premier League opponents West Ham and West Brom, but now, against Spurs, slightly better side on paper, just slightly, so we'll probably have to work a little harder. Can he shoot? Oh, he has, but I was so quiet throughout all that. I didn't know if I'd be able to get a shot off there, but he did. Hit the post, came a hell of a lot closer to scoring than I actually thought he would. Sangasunda, he's going to have a chance here. Deflected! But yes, deflected wide of the post. Oh my God, we've hit the woodwork again! And I come close to scoring when I think I've got no hope. That's why I'm not saying anything, but it's so annoying when all we're doing is just hitting the woodwork. And that will do it. Half time. We've hit both posts in this game so far, but none of them have gone in yet. I saw something there, but didn't quite. Maybe now. We've taken our time with this one. How did he still block that? Oh, finally again we test the goalkeeper, but Lloris is able to get it. Man, whoever gets this goal is surely going to go on to win the game because they're so tired. The marking there is fucking awful. They didn't just have one, they had two players to just get an easy shot on goal there. I can't believe it. I've been working away all game. I hit the post twice and then they get this. What in the fucking world happened there? I can't set up my players from the corner. I just rely on the game for that. But no, we've just given fucking John Brooks the easiest fucking tap in from the corner. No one is close to him. And even the goalkeeper gets a hand to it but can't keep it out. Well, that is a fucking gift. I don't know what I can do about that, honestly. That's just fucking just whipped in to no one. No one is even close to John Brooks there. That is fucking infuriating after how hard I've worked to try to get a goal in this game. Now, come on. They have quite a fair few numbers up, and geez, we got some space here. Look at this. On the right-hand side, oh my goodness, I've got Mitrovic I said Mitrovic. Can't work this too far back. I need players to pass to without going too far back. I'm nervous. I fucking... Yeah, gosh. I just threw that one away, didn't I? I wanted to play it short. I didn't want to belt it into the box. But no, it was fucking showing for me. The whole last 15 minutes of this game was a fucking infuriating mess. I'm so pissed off with the goal that we conceded more than anything. Because I worked so hard in this game to get my goal, or to try to get my fucking goals. Hit the post twice. And after all my hard work, they go up one end, get a corner, which they've barely done any attacking in the game. John Brooks is wide open from a corner. It's extraordinary how there was no one remotely close to him from that when that ball came in. I can't help but feel that we probably missed Marcel Sabitzer a lot more in that game than I first realised. But anyway, a loan offer for Adam Armstrong now. So Leeds United want to pick him up for a 1-year deal. And I will play one more game in this episode, but it won't be against Swansea. Another game at home in the Prem, and it'll be a draw. And, they got a draw. That can't be. I remember selling Isaac Hayden, but don't tell me it's that Isaac Hayden. We sold him to Swansea, did we? He's come back and he scored in the 82nd minute to rob us of 3 points. We only get 1. So, when we started this episode, we were on top of the Premier League table, and now we've only taken 1 point from a possible 6. I'm not too sure if we're still on top. We also have the first game of the FA Cup to play, and again, I bang on about this all the time, but if you've been watching the series throughout its entirety, you know it's been a disaster for me in the cup. So I have got to fucking get at least past the third round of the FA Cup here. I've got Barnsley, for crying out loud. Come on. And my next game after the FA Cup match is not for another week against Watford. So I think it's perfectly legitimate for me to put my near best team out there for this game. I think there's one player, honestly, that I might just pay straight up for, and that's Delight, because look at that release clause. Delight's release clause is like less than his actual value. So I reckon I could probably maybe, like my chief executive or whatever says, we might have to offer between 23.9 to 33.9. Stuff it. If that's the range, I'm just going to pay his release clause. If, again, I've got the money, that's for sure. I think I should do. So you know what, boys? I'm just going to do it. Let's pay. Let's skip the club negotiations. Let's get straight into it and let's sign Matthias Delight. Just like that. Weekly wage of 14 grand. I'm probably going to have to pay a little bit more than that, but still, at least we're bringing in a signing straight away. If his current wage is 14 grand, I wonder if I can, I don't know, I'll double it. That's what I'll start off with. I know he probably should be getting paid way more than that, and he's probably going to ask for way more than that either. That's a fair offer. You're getting paid 30 grand, he's 81 rated. My God, man. There are probably blokes in the Premier League on 100k plus a week and have the same rating as you, and he's going to be worth, God knows, he's going to be so highly rated in a few years' time. And we've got him locked in for a 5-year contract on that sort of money. That's a shit agent right there. I'm just saying. And just like that, there you go. We've got Delight on our bench for basically what his value was. And he, again, he's one of the higher potential centre-backs in the game. And just like that, we've snapped him up for next to nothing. But here we go. It is our first cup game in quite a while. We got knocked out immediately in the Carabao Cup by West Brom. Now I put out a somewhat rotated side. Nothing too crazy. Oberlin's in, Sabitzer's in, Gonzalez and Davies. All right, that's probably the big change with Javier Gonzalez starting. Alwaz, Zambo and Guisa's getting a start as well. The back line's basically identical, except Delight will be getting his first game, replacing Lascelles for the moment. And because this is a cup game, I'm doing it. I'm putting Patrick Wilson in. I know that it seems every single time I put Patrick Wilson in, he literally cannot save a fucking... Try to come up with a joke there and I just fell flat. I'm putting him in though because I want to show faith, because this is the man that in many future seasons could potentially overtake Strakosha. So we will see though. But I mean, he's 79 rated. Come on, man. He's got to be somewhat decent. We've been training him up a little bit. When he gets to an 80, we'll probably stop giving him drills. But come on, you got to show me that all that training and boosting your overall like this has paid off in some regard. Hopefully, he won't have to do anything against bloody Barnsley. But if you're called upon, I need you to perform. I know it's become a bit of a meme at this point. Patrick Wilson, the worst goalkeeper I've ever played with since the John McLaughlin days at Bradford City. But no, I'm showing faith. Come on, I believe in it. Come on, ruthless, absolutely just relentless football necessary, okay? Cannot hold anything back. Got to finally end the meme of being knocked out immediately in cup competitions. I cannot let this happen. I can't let it continue. Good run. Oh, that ball from Gonzalez is so overhit. Come on, man. I really want my fucking Youth Academy players to start performing at some point. Ooh, deflection. That's going to work. Sort of at the moment, anyway. Oberlin is going to be in. Oberlin will try to shoot. He's taken out by the... I can't believe that's not a penalty. He just barreled into me. He's just ran straight into me. Stopped me from shooting. He's not got the ball. I can't believe it. Wow. The cup competition. It just happens again. Great tackle from Davies. You've got to present. You've got to show something for me here, boys. Sabitzer. That... Keep it fucking down! What in the world was that? I thought you pressed B twice. Oberlin is injured as well. Sweet. He's been running around with that injured sign for a while. But do I have to take him off, really? It'll nearly work. Oh, not exactly who I was going for. Sabitzer shot. And the rebound to Oberlin! And even that shot nearly probably could have been saved. But we find a way. We take the lead. We're up in a cup game away to Barnsley. Can you believe it? I remember playing teams like Wolves and winning 7-8-0 away, and I'm just grinding out fucking bullshit rebound goals against Barnsley in the cup competition. It's a full-on thing. Oh no. Oh no! It's always the cup games. I didn't even expect him to score from that position from a header anyway. Running down the left, just whips in the ball. Pinpoint fucking perfect header. That is a difficult one too. Delight's not close enough to him, and it's just, again, not going to have a go at Wilson. It's not too much. It's not really his fault, but I just can't believe he's nearly scored a header from outside of the box. Like, honestly. Oh, I like that a lot, and I nearly got a rebound goal. Maybe I might still. No, blocked by Yadam, and it falls for them perfectly. Around the outside here, Gonzalez doesn't have an awful lot of pace, we know, straight out of the Youth Academy, but we're going to test it anyway. That is not really what I was hoping for, but it could still work out. No! Davies comes out with a roaring punch, and Guisa, and blocked again by the defense. Oh, blocked again. And Gonzalez can't even keep it out. That is exactly why I'm taking him out the game. Trying too much right now. This thing looks like it's going to a replay if we're not careful, and it's going to be a foul. I'm not going to get another chance. I have to play another one of these fucking games. We're going back to St. James Park. I have to play a fucking replay with a somewhat rotated, but not totally rotated starting 11 to beat Barnsley in the cup. I can't fucking win cup games. And now Ramsey's injured. We already had Oberlin injured. Oh, Jesus, man. And there you go. We will not get another attack. A 1-1 draw. And can we talk about the fucking goal? I swear, this... I've got AIDS. I've officially got AIDS from this fucking game. Terrific. 2 shots. They had 2 shots. 2 fucking shots from the whole fucking game. And they scored one of them. And that one was just this absolutely just unfucking real header. So perfectly placed and so powerful from right on the edge of the box. And is it possible that we will ever see Patrick Wilson ever fucking keep a clean sheet? I have a transfer offer for Felix Avila from West Ham. They're the ones that want to take him off of my shoulders, and I'm going to try to get him for about 40 mil. We'll hope about 40 mil. I'll start things off at about 45 million, but obviously I'm not hoping to get that much for him. Who knows? They might end up saying, yeah, sure, we'll take it. I don't know. We don't want this negotiation to fall through, so 45 million. Well, I mean, he's probably going to end up being a fucking very good player in the future, probably worth way more than 50 or maybe even 60 mil. But for me, 1 star weak foot, that's just a killer. Even if it's 2, I can somewhat live with 2. But 1 star, you're taking the piss. Do not worry, we've got so many star Youth Academy players breaking through that are going to be playing more games soon, like Patrick Wilson, of course. We just saw Gonzalez get a game, and even though he didn't exactly play all too well in it, he's still 80 rated and still eventually going to get his physical stats way up. And when that happens, he'll be an absolute ripper. Got some great defenders. We got some midfielders coming through. I'm still training up players in my actual youth academy, so we'll promote them and they'll be in their low to mid 70s straight away, which will be terrific. Avi is going to go. We got Pyard, who I'll probably get games to as well. Bunch of wingers. Dude, we're setting ourselves up for the future, if anything. I'm going to advance to this next game against Watford and then leave it. That will be the first game in the next episode. And I think I'm honestly good for transfers, as Ronaldo once again wins Ballon d'Or or Player of the Year. which is just mad, like just ridiculous too, by the way, because this would mean he's like, what, 35 or 36 years old, and he's still winning Ballon d'Ors. Wow. It looks like we do have at least one more bit of activity to do, and that will be Ivan Toney. We'll loan him away to Leeds for a year, and I have been training him up, but honestly, he's 73 still. He's not really close to getting a game, so I'll loan him away. This is now Adam Armstrong and Ivan Toney that we're loaning away to Leeds, so I don't know if they're going to play the two of them as like a strike force or something, but whatever. And Felix Avila has been sold. 45 million was the transfer fee. We have 38 million of that come into our budget. So, bit of cash now to play around with, and we could maybe bring in one or two more people. The weakest spots in this team are probably, honestly, the fullbacks. Manquillo has been brilliant for me, like in the last few episodes. I just don't think he's put a foot wrong. Yedlin has shitted me off a few times, but I still don't really think he's been terrible by any stretch of the imagination. But, I mean, every other area on the pitch we seem like great in. We've got a world-class striker coming our way next season, but could we go for one now? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'd probably look to get another fullback, maybe. I do have one player shortlisted in Joshua Kimmich, and I'd love to bring him in, but the only problem is I can't get him on a pre-contract because I'm limiting. This is the impossible career mode. I've got sliders set way up on the hardest difficulty. I've got limited cash to spend, and I can only make one pre-contract signing. That was one of the rules. I've already made it on Timo Werner, so I can't get Kimmich now. It's over. So that sucks. It's so annoying how if a player is in the last 6 months of his contract, the only way that you can sign him is on a pre-contract. You can't just buy the player straight up. That seems ludicrous to me. Well then, that will probably do it for this one. Another episode finished. Watch me in the next episode as we wrap up the January transfer window and, of course, go up against the mighty, fearful Barnsley in the FA Cup replay for the third round. So, yeah, hoping to make it through to the fourth, but nothing is guaranteed in these cup games for me at the moment, honestly. It's like it switches another gear, or I just play in my shell, or something. I don't know what it is. I've got to play the death lineup. I've got to put my strongest starting 11 out there. No rotations, no Patrick Wilson, none of it. But that's all coming up in the next episode. Till then, my name is the MasterBucks. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a good one.